insignificant in this cosmos. Do you want some facts on baguettes? I'm just feeding you the stories. Maybe this is The Context.
News in depth. The Context with Christian Fraser on BBC News.
Live from London, this is BBC News. Israel pounds Gaza for a fifth day as Gaza's only power station runs out of fuel. Palestinian officials say over 1,100 people have been killed. 60% of the injured are women and children. Israel says 1,200 people are now known to have died in the attacks by Hamas as shocking details continue to emerge of a massacre at the Kfar Aza kibbutz. The Israeli Prime Minister and opposition leader agreed to form an emergency government to manage the war with Hamas. Hello and welcome to Verified Live. Let me take you first of all to New York, show you the live pictures just coming into the BBC because we are expecting in the next few minutes to hear from the UN Secretary General. We heard from him at the start of the week condemning those Hamas attacks, but also talking about the plight in Gaza. You can see all the journalists assembled there. We are expecting to hear Antonio Guterres in the next couple of minutes, and that room beginning to fill up as all the details on the ground continue to get bleaker and bleaker on this day 5, with the number of Palestinians having been killed going past that 1,000 figure, and the update from the IDF from Israel in the early part of today talking about 1,200 people being killed and many, many more being injured. And they expect those numbers to also go up as they go through different parts of southern Israel as they get to those places and actually find what has happened on the ground. So just as soon as Antonio Guterres starts to speak, we will obviously return there to New York. Let me also bring you latest details coming in here to London that Jake Marlowe, a British citizen who's been missing since Saturday, is confirmed to have died in Israel. A statement from the Israeli embassy in London said the UK national Jake Marlowe, now confirmed dead in southern Israel. Repatriation plans are now being put in place. The 26-year-old was believed to be missing after those Hamas attacks on Saturday. He's working as a security staff at that music festival near the Gaza border when he disappeared. So details and confirmation just coming in about his death, and we've been seeing those details and confirmations coming in from so many different capitals over the past few days. Well, let's just take stock in terms of where we are on day 5, because the Gaza Health Ministry now says Israeli airstrikes have killed at least 1,100 people. It says more than 5,000 have been injured. It comes as Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and the opposition leader Benny Gantz have agreed to form an emergency government to manage the war with Hamas. That will be sworn in on Thursday evening. Now, Israel has continued its bombardment of Gaza for a 5th day. The territory's only power plant has stopped working after running out of fuel. Israeli troops are massing near the Gaza border in preparation for what could be a ground invasion of the territory as Israel responds to Saturday's attacks. Well, those were some of the strikes from Israeli artillery. Those units around Sderot are firing towards Gaza, just part of the build-up for that possible ground invasion. Let me take you through some of the latest drone images we have from Gaza showing the destruction the airstrikes have brought. Entire neighbourhoods have been flattened. Food and medical supplies are said to be dwindling. Israel, meanwhile, says that more than 1,200 Israelis are now known to have been killed in the Hamas attacks. And shockwaves continue after details emerged yesterday from the Kfar Aza kibbutz. One military commander said it is not war, it is not a battlefield, it is simply a massacre. Well, the British Foreign Secretary James Cleverly is in Israel today to show support in the wake of the attack. Mr. Cleverly visited his Israeli counterpart in the south of the country, which has been under fire since Saturday. He also met local people who were held hostage in their homes before being rescued by Israeli special forces.
And I came directly here to show solidarity to you and the people of